It's called a promo,
Shut
kid.
your
And
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
Finally, fucking finally. That intro felt like a whole minute to me.
Finally!
Dude, that intro, I don't know why, for the first time, that intro felt like it was a day long and a mile short.
Just because it's been a long week.
That's what's crazy. Like, it's only been a couple weeks since we've been here, but at the same time, it feels like a lot has happened since
Because
then.
a lot has happened since then.
Here's what's awesome. From the start of our show to the end of the first season, all my demands were met. Pete Dunne is being called Pete Dunne now.
Who? I only know Butch.
No, Pete Dunne is being called Pete Dunne again.
I love it.
Jay White wasn't buried. Told you so. Nothing is off limits now. I can talk about whatever I want. Ring of Honor, New Japan. If I want to watch it and talk about it, I get to do what the fuck I want.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Okay.
We get to do whatever this time.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, man. All of my fucking demands were met. Some I'm not even going to get to talk to yet. First, let's get to this. We got to hit play on the screen because this season we're doing something completely fresh. And we're introducing the Wrestling in the Middle Championship. Let's get a look at it now. I love our new intro video.
It's great.
I made it at like 4 a.m. one morning. I was like super having a hard time figuring it out. And then one night, 4 a.m, I said, I know exactly what to do and put it all together.
That is a beautiful belt. That is a beautiful.
I was born to design championship belts. I really was. You should see. I haven't shown you this. I've designed a AEW Intercontinental title that is top tier. It is one of the best designs, and it's actually kind of the physical design looks like the NXT title. Is what's cool.
Yeah. That's why I love it.
Okay, Carmelo Hayes.
Why are you doing my boy Mello like that? I know you didn't do it on purpose. Like, it was random, but you can't do my boy Mello like that.
What did I do to him? He's just in the Royal
He's number
Rumble.
1.
I didn't do this on purpose.
I know.
Every entrant in these Rumbles was picked at random, including myself. I do try to play the Royal Rumble matches to determine who wins.
Fun fact, on one of my universe modes, this was a title feud for the world title. Mello and Cole.
That's awesome because I've recorded a match between these two. I was going to upload it to the YouTube, but I was like, Taz versus Solo Sikoa versus the laws of dimensional space and time. That's a more interesting video to watch. Okay, so let me tell the story real quick so we don't get too off track. I am playing as Adam Cole in this Rumble. While I did make the entrance random, I randomly got number 2, and I try to play this Royal Rumble as Adam Cole, so just keep that in mind. Alright, let's keep on trucking. Here's the thing. Here's the first rant of the season. Are you ready for this?
Oh, already? Damn.
First rant of the season. And I'm so happy that he won the Royal Rumble. Do not get me wrong. I was skeptical. I'm happy it happened. I popped. We'll get to the Royal Rumble later. If they determined Cody Rhodes to lose a match a year ago so they can market this finish your story thing for 2K24, I'm going to be pissed.
No. That's next level business acumen. I am just saying.
That's what it's looking like. This whole last year has been stupid. And Cody should have just won that fucking match. I'm sorry. I'm happy he won the Royal Rumble. I'm happy he'll be a champion. But what the fuck was last year's championship title picture then? We did the whole Universal title picture of 2023 based off of Cody Rhodes being the concept of the video game.
I think it was more like
You've got to be shitting me.
they just didn't want to give it to him then, but at the same time, if that was the case, then you should have just had someone else in the match.
You should have just let him win the fucking match a year ago.
I mean,
I'm so happy he won.
there's so many different avenues here. I'm not even going to go into it.
Fucking Raven, number 3.
We're here and we're now. That's all I'm going to say.
We got Raven entering our Rumble, number 3. We're watching 2 Royal Rumbles today, too. You think you watched 2 Royal Rumbles last night? Nah. We're watching 2 today.
Nah.
You know what else I'm doing? I don't know if you noticed this past week or not. Finally this happened. It's kind of been on the schedule for months, but uploading Fight Forever content to the YouTube channel.
I did not notice that, but I want in.
Yeah, I'm uploading Fight Forever pay-per-views to our YouTube channel.
Despite how bare bones Fight Forever is,
Yeah.
it's still very fun to play.
If you like classic wrestling video games, you can enjoy Fight Forever, and I do enjoy it. I enjoy it also because the obvious. I love AEW.
I will say I'm still on my way to unlocking Owen Hart.
I looked at you with disgust. I did that on day 1.
I have the computer on hard. I refuse to turn it down.
That was the first thing I was doing.
I'm like 59 wins out of 100.
Don't get me started on how hard it was for me to unlock Paul White. Also, Axiom entering our Royal Rumble here. I know that's your guy. He was in the conversation for who should be the inaugural champion. But again, we had to have some fairness to determining the first champion.
Exactly.
I mean, with things being predetermined.
At the same time, give my boy Axiom. I don't even know if we're covering that this week, but give him something.
We'll see. Shawn Michaels coming in to give him a super kick.
Damn.
Raw, here in the real world, announces they're going to Netflix in 2025, and that, of course, has been the big distraction, quote-unquote, from the obvious news.
I know. We didn't know that at the time, and I'm glad you brought it back up, because for a second, I forgot about that. Because of the looming shadow. Yeah. But I was... Yeah, Raw, Netflix, that's a whole thing, because... It's going to be interesting because there are a bunch of different format changes they're discussing, or that have at least been like rumored. Hey, Tyler
Bate entering the Rumble.
Rumors like making the program more sports centric. Doing more to the product to make it look more sports like, or things seem more sports like. I think I read somewhere that the way they walk to the ring or walk backstage and have the camera on them. That was one of many changes that they're going to make to go towards that sports theming. Along with that, there's just a bunch of other things that I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Bruno Sammartino enters after the big strong boy Tyler Bate. What a matchup that would be. Now, I'm like hesitant to do it, but at the same time, this is the point in the show where we can't be the one show that doesn't talk about it, I guess. I wanted to be... How much Vince McMahon stuff should we get into?
I definitely think we should at least mention that Vince McMahon, a lot has come out about Vince McMahon.
A lot is an understatement.
A lot of it, all of it is disgusting.
Yeah.
I was not big on Vince McMahon before. I don't want to keep talking about it.
It's been the subject of a lot of controversy, and I pride us on being that one platform that deters away from the negatives without ignoring them. At no point am I going to ignore it. I've been hard on it for months.
I will say, protect your women. Yeah. Protect the women in your locker room and your staff. Like, just be fair to them and don't sexually harass them, okay? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole.
This is more than that, of course. This is the dark side of Pornhub meets wrestling type deal, and that's why we don't have to get into details. We can keep it very sensitive, and we can keep it unproblematic, because the nature is going to work itself out in its own sick way.
Once everything has been said and done, a through the table will be...
That's the thing, is like we already had it in the list of through the table ideas, which now I haven't even told you this. Now the list is extended a little bit, and there's some really badass ideas I've thrown in there. I'm hoping really, really soon too to do a Nexus one. I have a whole package on Nexus and the failure of Nexus. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun
that's how
one.
it should be a good one.
That's what I'm saying. I want to kind of do that one to bring back the fun, because that point leads to the point I was gonna make on this Vince thing and how much we're gonna cover is like, I'm just glad we still have this little niche position to just enjoy wrestling.
Yeah,
without ignoring the problem, we can still just enjoy it.
That's why I said what I said, because I wanted to be clear that we don't stand for something like this, and we
fuck no.
But at the same time, we're not the ones to break it down in a 1 hour. You know,
break it down.
We just want to acknowledge it and then
put one up. Acknowledge it. This is not the time to do that. This is the wrong time to acknowledge it.
That was. We'd be serious for a second and just be like, we'll acknowledge it and then we will continue, because we do have to continue.
The irony that I'm being the goofy one and you're being the stern one. I like it. I like changing the dynamic one time.
Exactly.
This Royal Rumble's going off. We see Umaga entering. Now...
Umanga?
Dude, I used to make fun of Regal for saying it that way. So we already know that, of course, the 2 Rumbles to determine the first 2 contenders. Here's the part we haven't said yet, but we will get to later. WrestleMania ladder match between the 2 winners to determine the first champion.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's go.
We're getting a ladder match at WrestleMania. So, and again, I'm pushing for Adam Cole, so I'm playing him in this Rumble, but randomly did not expect to get number 2, and look at me giving Stone Cold a good old back body. Okay, from that point forward, today we'll determine on our own, but from that point forward, contenders will be voted on online through Twitter at Wrestling Middle. You go to the polls, you vote for the number 1 contender that week. Every week, live on air, we're going to determine a contender, and once 2K24 comes out and seeing how this works within our show, it will be interesting to see what else we can add to it. Like, can we get a women's title? First and foremost, can we get a women's championship? Can we get a wrestling in the middle mid-card title? All of that we'll figure out later on down the line.
Amazing.
The beautiful part is we don't have to watch a Royal Rumble every episode.
Yeah. I'm excited to do things like gauntlet matches.
Oh, man. You're excited for that. The ambulance match is what's making me want to go balls to the wall. Nathan Frazier.
Let's go. Never slow down.
I mean, picking the pool for these Rumbles, you could imagine I picked some bangers. Like, there's some legends, there's some Stone Colds in there, there's some Ravens in there, but there's some Axioms, there's some Ilya Dragunovs.
Super excited for 2K24 to see if we get some more good NXT guys.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Dempsey, having an actual Dempsey. It would be so amazing.
I didn't even think of that one.
They could add Regal back and have Regal and Dempsey in the game together.
Could be a DLC.
Yes.
Carmen Petrovic won't be in the game, but I'm sure. This is what I get interested in. I want to see how the community creations turn out, because 2K22, everybody had the best creations. The characters were spot on. 2K23 came and there was a lot of off-putting characters uploaded. So I'm hoping this year we can get the people back on that were designing badass characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, don't even get me started on how fucked up my John Moxley looked. He looks like Mr. T. He just looks like Mr. T.
Claudio looking a little off there.
Man, I'm enjoying this. Will Ospreay, number 15.
Julio.
What if he had entered the real Royal Rumble?
You know what? It would have been so cool to see Will and Ricochet.
Damn, what a throwback.
Yeah.
What a fucking throwback. I watched all of wrestling this week, by the way. Like, I didn't even do it because I had to for this show. We don't even have to have notes this week. It was all about the Royal Rumble, right? That's what's beautiful about this and why I'm glad I'm in the position I'm in, because I just did it for me. I just did it because I'm a wrestling fan and I just wanted to watch wrestling all week.
I wanted to watch wrestling all week. A lot of things, personal life.
Dude,
but
ask me about last night.
This man watching the Rumble, Collision, ordering pizza, doing live tweets.
Taking notes and taking notes.
Taking notes, like, what are you, Superman?
The only hard part of the night, though, is what's crazy enough. I'm gifted and able to watch 2 wrestling programs at once, but the only part where it got hard was the end part of the women's Royal Rumbles going on while Danielson and Nagata are wrestling, and
damn,
I could not focus.
Difficult. You see,
that was not a good time.
We'll get to the Rumble when we get to the Rumble. Oh, there goes Dominic.
Yeah, he's out of there. Dirty Dom didn't make it. Adam Cole's still in here, though, with Taz and Bruno Sammartino.
I can't think about Cole without thinking of this universe mode I had where he was the champion, but he kept barely winning matches.
Yeah.
Like, he just did terribly.
Here's Danielson in the Rumble. I love it.
Let's go. God, I wish so much. Which there's something about that I want to talk about when we get to the Rumble for sure.
We're coming to it. I mean, I'm about to talk about the women's a little bit, but
that's where I want to talk about it at, actually.
Come on in.
So
the door is open.
The door is open to TNA, only for women though.
Yeah.
That's the weird part to me. Like, why is it only the women that get the TNA crossover?
It shocked me, and of course I have a note about that as well. But it shocked me because the only other time I recall them doing it, of course, was whenever they brought Mickie James back, which made sense because it's Mickie James.
Well, that's why. This one was a little different. Jordynne Grace has, like, almost no prior experience with WWE.
That's what I was telling Alyssa.
But it was awesome. I love it. I just want to know why the women can get it and the men just can't, so far at least.
Yeah, so that's the point I would have made right there so far. I just feel like WWE and TNA are holding hands now, is what they're doing. And it's a partnership that makes sense for the longevity of time that they've been, like, kind of against each other, quote unquote. I feel like WWE and TNA has always been a potential partnership that could happen. And this was, like, the start of it. To what you said, like, that's what shocked me about it was you could do it with Mickie James, who's already a WWE legend, but to bring Jordynne Grace in, especially after my first note that I was going to make Naomi returning.
Like, that was, and a lot of people already saw it coming.
Yeah.
But they gave her a really good showing. Yeah,
and WWE-esque, of course. The thing to do with that is we're going to use Jordynne Grace, their champion, to get our superstar, Bianca Belair, over more than she already is. This is my question. It wasn't even a question, but now it is. Do you wonder if they were going to try to do that with Ivy Nile, but saw how she started to look in the Rumble and said, hold on, maybe we don't want to give the Ivy Nile push a go just yet? Because Ivy Nile, strong woman, I love her. I am a supporter of hers, but last night was not her night.
Yeah, I will say the same. I saw Ivy Nile, and she started hot, and then, like, it got rough really quickly. And I would say
Roderick,
a lot of quite a few women had that, and that was a note I also had, was that no legends in either Rumble, but for the women, it's especially. I would say there's two sides to this. On one hand, at one point someone made a comment on Twitter that I already forgot who. It was one of the mini superstars, but they said that we had a Rumble that didn't need any legends because our roster is so good, right? And they're not necessarily wrong, in my opinion, but there are a couple women in there, like Ivy obviously didn't have as good of a showing as she may have wanted, as they may have wanted. Maxine Dupree is another one. She went in and she's had flashes here and there. Like, she's obviously getting better.
Yeah.
But this spot, especially how she did in that spot, was not a good look at all.
Yeah.
And then something like Valhalla and Xia Li. I love Xia Li. Xia Li's one of my favorites, I would say even. She gets no reaction. None at all. Yeah. Not a single reaction. Not even boos.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
But, like, during a Rumble, that's especially sad.
The Valhalla thing was tripping me out. Michael Cole was, like, way too sold on those antlers. And
well, I liked it because it was an ongoing story, right? For weeks, he was like, oh, still no antlers. Oh, still no antlers. What happened to the antlers? It's a joke.
I get it. I get the build-up. I'm not a fan.
I guess I am for some reason, but
I laugh harder at the thought of trying that hard with it than the actual joke.
that is funny though. But either way, like Valhalla didn't need to be in there. I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
R-Truth needed to be.
That was funny.
A lot of people figured it. I mean, I'm sure you figured it. I figured it. Jade Cargill did debut in the Rumble.
She did. And she had a decent showing as well. Putting her... The main part about that wasn't making her look dominant, more as it was putting her up there with those women like Bianca, like Becky.
Yeah, like Nia Jax coming in, lifting Nia Jax immediately was the big shot.
Immediately, that... When I saw Nia Jax start to get elimination after elimination, I was like, Jade is next.
Get him. Roddy's been putting it down on John Cena. You can talk about the Women's Royal Rumble all you want. Roderick Strong is putting it down on John Cena.
That is...
Now he's getting...
Brock...
He's getting cross-faced by Cody. The Cody cross-face.
Brock and John were going at it.
Yeah, we don't talk about Brock Lesnar anymore.
We don't.
I'm sad that he's in this Rumble. There's one person that's going to be in both Rumbles, but I won't say who. You're just going to have to look for the one person that was in both Royal Rumbles.
I am terrible at multitasking, so I'm going to miss it.
Oh, and we already missed this point. Let me go ahead and tell the folks this, because you already know this. I kind of gave you a preface of the story in this Royal Rumble, but as you probably already noticed watching this, Adam Cole, who I was playing as, has been eliminated. At that point, I had to ask myself, okay, I don't know who I'm going to get. Who should win this Royal Rumble? I looked at this picture. I saw Bryan Danielson. I saw Taz. I saw Cody Rhodes. And I saw Roderick Strong. I said, okay, Roderick Strong has to win this Royal Rumble. Whoever I get, I'm going to make it my sole mission to make sure Roderick Strong wins it all.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that one goes.
Also, a note on the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we're coming back to that.
Which I watched the pre-show because I watched the pre-show for some reason. Or it might have been during the intro. I can't remember. But at one point, they're showing people arriving. They spoiled Roxanne Perez in the Rumble.
Mm.
You could literally see them playing her movie on the sides, on the LED boards.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, I knew she was going to be in it, but it's still funny.
Spoiler. Every entrant that happened, I looked at the side of the ring. I would look at the side of the ring for that reason, because I would see the names.
But, like, even before the show, I thought that was just funny.
Y'all won't see this. I'm watching it now. I have the video game paused on the screen here. That's accidental. Y'all won't see the pause screen, but it's kind of annoying to look at now. Going back to Jade, too, something you touched on that I jumped the gun before ending on was they did put her in that position, and she was in the final three. That was the big deal, is that she's in the final three. I'm wondering now, like, what brand is she going to end up on, or, like, creatively, where are we going to go from here?
Here's the thing. We have 3 women in this Rumble. Well, 4 women, I guess, because you have Naomi.
Yeah.
Naomi, Roxanne, Tiffany, Jade. I believe by the end of Vengeance Day, Roxanne and Tiffany go to the main roster. Maybe just Roxanne. Maybe just Roxanne. Maybe Tiffany might still have a little... But I don't see any reason to keep Roxanne on NXT.
Yeah.
So therefore, where do those 3 end up? Naomi, Roxanne, and if Roxanne does go to the main roster.
Yeah. Which I had said that earlier in the first season too, how I thought Roxanne Perez was kind of already past that point. Well, I lean more towards her winning the title back, but I think the end conclusion was what you had just said, was that it was time for her to go ahead and get called up. Yeah. I don't like this term anymore, being called up, because in some senses, you're better off being on the NXT brand than being on SmackDown. NXT puts on a better show than SmackDown sometimes, most times. Sorry.
It's just that Raw and SmackDown have more of an audience.
Exactly.
So
how big's the audience when you move to a streaming service? Now again, there's so much more to happen on both sides, being on Netflix's side, WWE's side, to that deal and how it's going to look and how it's going to be laid out. But If you put Raw live on Netflix right now, it wouldn't make much sense. It's going to be interesting to see how it gets to be a live service point. Like where on Monday nights, you're going to have to go on Netflix to watch Monday Night Raw.
It'll definitely be interesting.
It's going to be weird. Bailey, I mean, a lot of us predicted it. I did. The whole internet did. I'd say about 60-70% of people.
Everyone but apparently the people in my family.
Bailey won the Royal Rumble. We're happy about that.
I'm really happy. Definitely the story here is Bailey.
He said, "I'm really happy." You get a little tongue tied. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you out. I just thought that was funny. I'm really happy.
How dare you? But yes, EO Bailey Mania. That makes sense.
This is who I got. I was trying to remember who I got in the Royal Rumble to help Roderick win. It's the British Bulldog.
Dang.
I asked myself for 1 second. I was like, well, do I just win it as the British Bulldog? Nah. I said, I'm gonna help Roderick Strong win it. And we still got some entrants to go. Triple H coming in at 25.
And just standing there.
Oh, man.
Look at him just standing there.
He's just observing the game.
He is the game.
Now, this didn't happen in the Women's Royal Rumble, but this is big in women's wrestling. And it's a point I just want to stick out there really quickly because it was a really beautiful moment. Serena Deeb, after 459 days, returned to wrestling officially in the ring. And it was a beautiful moment. Not only the match itself and her showing, like, the best women's technician of all time.
Yes.
But she also gave a speech afterwards on how much it meant, and it was beautiful. It's a beautiful moment.
It was beautiful.
So, you know what else was beautiful?
Um,
Big wrestling in the middle note. This is following from Season 1 to Season 2. AJ Styles lost the slacks, finally.
I didn't even notice.
No slacks.
I did not even notice.
You must be listening. Oh my gosh. AJ Styles coming in the Rumble right now.
He don't want none.
No slacks.
He don't want no slacks.
Oh, man.
He's looking scared and you know he don't want none.
Not a fan of the U.S. title finish or this idea that we will continue diminishing its identity as a workhorse title. And that's me saying that without the bias.
I get that. At the same time, Logan looked pretty good out as he tends to do, I guess. But also at the same time, we have our workhorse title. We have
Amen.
We have Gunther in the Intercontinental Championship, which a little sad he didn't get to defend it, but he had to be in the Rumble, I guess.
Everybody thought he was going to win it. Now you're going to watch this Rumble for 30 seconds while I go to the bathroom. I don't want to pee on myself.
You do that.
Dude, hold on. I can't leave yet. Dude, this is the one.
This is the one.
I want to hear your commentary skills from the bathroom.
All right. So, right now we got
Season 2.
Claudio and Roderick going off. Oh, look at AJ stopping Roderick. Oh, we got another entrant coming in. Who's it gonna be? Who is it gonna be? It's Goldberg! Just kidding, it's Akira Tozawa. The power of Tozawa. Why didn't you just let him win? Oh, because he's in Ninja Gear, that's why. I wouldn't have wanted him to win in Ninja Gear either. You need blonde Tozawa. That's the only good Tozawa. Yo, just want to get Triple H out? I didn't even notice. Dang. Oh, look at Roderick and Tozawa. That's the partnership we need. That is A1 partnership. No, Tozawa, no!
I didn't put Goldberg in that match. You're no Gorilla Monsoon, but you'll do. He's no good old JR Jim Ross, but he'll do. Tommaso Ciampa last.
Let's go.
I said I would never put Goldberg in the Royal Rumble.
I know. That's why I said it.
It trips me out that I literally came in as the British Bulldog. Again, it's all random at that point, and decided no, I have to put Roderick Strong over.
You had
so far so good.
You had AJ Styles. I mean, I get it. It's Ring of Honor legend Roderick Strong.
Yes.
So
ROH legend. Give me some water.
Yeah.
That's a first too. That's the first time I've gotten up during the show live and just took a bathroom break. I had to pee real bad.
We're just chilling this season.
It's a whole new feeling.
We're chilling, but we're also hard at work. It's a whole thing.
I'm interviewing an ECW legend this month. Fun fact.
He is. It's gonna be great. I won't be there, but I'll be there in spirit.
I'll be there in spirit. I don't even want to be there. Psych.
Yeah. Speaking of other promotion stuff.
Yeah.
Not other promotion stuff, but I did want to make a note. On NXT, they debuted in a singles capacity at least, Maddie Rinkowski.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some people are saying she's problematic. I haven't seen the content yet.
Interesting.
But she is a former NWA Women's Tag Champion.
She wasn't in the Rumble.
She was not in the Rumble. She just barely. So her new name is Rin Sinclair.
While you were going on about Holly J. Sinclair, that's a Degrassi joke. Roderick Strong was winning the Royal Rumble.
Of course he was.
I did end up making all the eliminations needed, and he immediately put me over.
He knew the
top
assignment.
rope.
He got the assignment immediately.
I don't think he did. He thought he won for real. He didn't know about my help. He just...
That makes it better, doesn't it?
He's the greatest of all time, according to that tag right there. All right, Rumble number 2.
Adam! Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Let's go. Rumble number 2. Now, on this Rumble, again, I won't tell you what number I'm coming in. It won't be number 2, thankfully.
Well, apparently we'd have won.
Picked at random. Yeah, Roman Reigns was entered in this Rumble. I mean, you couldn't not put him in the conversation.
Roman Reigns and Kazuchika Okada.
Let me talk to him here. So, I picked The Undertaker. I think, okay, Roderick Strong's going. We'll have Roderick Strong versus The Undertaker. That's legendary. So, I'm going to be The Undertaker in this Royal Rumble. This man right here. This man is the whole story of the Royal Rumble and why I'm going to nominate him as the first number 1 contender.
I don't like his facial expressions. The way his eyes go is very weird. And I have the same call on my... It's just so weird. The eyes especially. Like, it's just like... What's going on with the eyes?
Okada is about to show what the fuck he is made of in this Royal Rumble.
And that's all that matters, really.
I texted you Jay and Jimmy would start the Rumble.
I didn't get that, but... I didn't get that before then, but I was watching with my family and I said, The only logical start here is Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso.
Yeah. That was the only prediction as far as entrance that I got right. Every other time I tried to predict somebody coming in at a certain number, wrong.
I was always 1 or 2 entries off.
Yeet, yeet, yeah. That's yeet, yeet, yeah. I was right.
Yeet.
No yeets.
No yeet.
Andrade debuts in the men's Rumble. Did you expect that?
I did, actually. I was like, okay, Andrade has been rumored for a while.
I don't know why I didn't.
I was like, Andrade's going to come. I kind of expected him to get a slightly better showing. Like, if you compare Andrade's showing with Naomi's showing...
Yeah.
Naomi got way further and did way better.
Yeah, that's what... I'm glad you brought that up because that reminded me. I asked this last night and I didn't get an answer. No one else knew. Who eliminated Andrade? I don't remember his elimination.
I don't either.
That's crazy. Nobody remembers him being eliminated from the Rumble.
He's
still in it.
I want to say it was Bronson Reed, but I'm not quite sure.
It wasn't Carl Anderson. It should have been. Machine Gun.
One person that didn't make it that had been teasing stuff was Sean Spears.
Yeah, I have a note about him. That's actually the next note. Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears didn't debut at number 10. Carlito did. Carlito did. That was cool.
I didn't make a note of this, but I did say this out loud. I was like, as a Hispanic, it was very cool to see all the Hispanic and Latino representation. Because you had Andrade, Carlito, not exactly Hispanic, but...
Dominic Mysterio.
And just having Santos,
Escobar.
having them all in the same, around the same time, like...
The face-off between Santos, Escobar, and Andrade. That was fun. That's a match we want.
Yes.
Also, don't forget Carlito.
I said Carlito. Carlito.
So
Carlito.
on our Royal Rumble, we've had Carl Anderson come in, we've had Swerve Strickland come in, and now Edge is in the Royal Rumble. I love fantasy Royal Rumbles, man. Dude.
When we get video, this is gonna hit way more. I'm doing the swerve when I drive very badly.
Yeah, on audio, all it does is make swishing noises that I have to take out.
I'm sorry.
I asked the Magic 8 Ball halfway through if Cody Rhodes would win when he entered, and it said it is decidedly so. Fun fact. I shook a Magic 8 Ball. I said, will Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble? It is decidedly so. They did decide.
I love that Swerve just tried to senton on nothing.
Oh, no.
He just tried to senton on no one.
Nobody was there. Nobody's home.
Now nobody's home for Okada.
Dude, Okada is a champion in this Rumble.
Gunta. I love that they put, it seems like they're doing a singles push for Ludwig.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging it. I kind of like it. He's the perfect asshole. Like, even more so than Gunther somehow.
See, when I think about who should be the next number one contender for the champion who we have not named yet, for me, it's either Adam Cole or Okada because they looked best in the Royal Rumble.
That
But
makes sense.
Adam Cole was being played as by me, so that wouldn't be as fair. That's why I'm all in on Okada being the first number one contender.
Here's a comment to make. Will they have enough time to change his name to Pete Dunne in 2K24, or are we going to have to play with the name that we don't want to use?
Yeah, I don't know. Pete Dunne has entered the Rumble.
Let's go.
They didn't put his name up there, but he did enter. Dude, no crazy Kofi Kingston spot in this Rumble.
That threw me off, right? I was like,
Felt ominous.
I guess because I get it, they wanted to do the face off with Gunther because of that match coming next week.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it felt like you said, ominous. It just felt off. I might cry.
I'm sure you didn't miss him. I'm sure if you were looking any direction other than away, you wouldn't have missed this tall motherfucker. But Omos was in the Rumble.
I thought he would be. It made sense.
How much does he get paid to just show up like once every blue moon?
Brock Lesnar money. I didn't want to say the name, but I thought about it. I was like, no, I have to say it.
Sometimes you have to. Noam Dar is a better name to say. He just came in. And that's another thing, though, to backtrack real quick. Like, I can't say that I have anything against him or not because I don't know what Brock Lesnar's done or hasn't done. And that's what sucks about it. It's like, I don't know
that's one thing. Like, innocent until proven guilty. It's just that, given the history of some of the people involved, it's leaning more towards guilty.
Hearing his rumored involvement made it make sense. The first instance of where Vince McMahon got pulled from WWE and he said, fuck this place, I'm out of here. If he's gone, I'm gone, I believe were his words. Well, he's going, and you're going too, I guess.
I think one of the rumors was Wrestling Observer said that basically all of Brock's spots went to Braun.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Which
makes sense. Except that Braun was eliminated by Dominic Mysterio.
That would have been hilarious if Brock Lesnar.
If Brock Lesnar was supposed to be, I mean, at one point, that's funny. I like that, honestly.
I should mention, I don't get Dominic Mysterio eliminating Braun Breaker, but sometimes I guess there doesn't have to be more to it other than this is dirty dumb.
It's kind of funny.
What didn't make any fucking sense and what should have had more context to it, Pat McAfee wasted a Royal Rumble entry number. It could have been Tozawa or somebody.
It could have been, like, none of Alpha Academy was in the Rumble.
Nope. Chad Gable was there. That was another name I thought of immediately.
My thought was, you put Melo in there, and you have Trick come out right after him, and continue the storyline of Trick outshining Melo.
Could have done that. Instead, Pat McAfee wasted a number. I love him to death, but at the same time...
I do love Pat McAfee.
That was a waste of a space.
It was funny, don't get me wrong, but the fact that it had to eat up an entrant, not great.
My expression said otherwise. I said, this shit ain't funny.
I thought it was funny.
Look at Okada, man. It's just going. He's busted open a little bit, but he's fine.
He's fine. He's fine. Well, Moxley's here, so now he doesn't have to bleed alone.
Oh, Moxley's in this bitch. This is the best thing. It's rare this far into WWE history, 37 Royal Rumbles, to have a first, but we've had a first. R-Truth with the first ever hot tag in a Royal Rumble.
He loves R-Truth.
That moment can only be sold from the crowd as well. The crowd's interaction with that is what made it special.
I just love R-Truth.
So, LA Knight didn't enter. There went my theory.
Yeah, when I had heard the match order before the show,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that makes sense. That means like all three of them will probably show up in the Rumble, right?
Could be.
None of them did.
That was my theory. Once people were like, no, he's in a title match. Shout out Dragunov. He's in the second Rumble.
Let's go.
That was my defense. I was like, well, the Royal Rumble's the main event. Who's to say he can't be in both? It's not the first time it's happened. I kind of had to lean into that. Admittedly, I was like, okay, he's not going to be in the Rumble. He's not going to win the Rumble. Like, I started to be skeptical of my own theory, but I couldn't backtrack. I couldn't let people know that I felt that way, so I had to sell it. Once I felt like LA Knight wasn't going to win the Rumble, I leaned more into CM Punk winning it as a prediction.
Yeah, that's... Everyone... My family, when we were watching, they were like dead set. CM Punk's winning this. And they weren't very happy about it. And
majoritively, people thought Gunther would win. A close second was CM Punk, which I believed. Cody Rhodes was the third, and that's who I was rooting for.
Yeah,
I was rooting for him hard.
I wasn't rooting for him just because I at that point I didn't think he was going to beat Roman at WrestleMania. I thought Roman was going to go over on him again, and then there would be no point. Like, what's the point?
I'll be mad. I'm still wearing my Cody Rhodes shirt the day after. Dude, fucking Mustafa Ali coming in.
Let's go, Ali.
Last WWE appearance.
Oh.
Dude, I really thought the internet made me think that MJF could really be number 30, but thank God it was just Sami Zayn. Thank God it was just Sami Zayn.
There was by that point, I was like, there weren't a lot of surprises, were there?
No. There's a lot of criticism to this Rumble.
And to be fair, I mean, that's what Rumbles are kind of built off of, but not every Rumble needs to be, I think, full of surprises. There were too many stories being told for that, I think. So, I mean, you did have Andrade. I mean, I don't think anyone expected Ricochet to be back.
Mm-mm. At the same time, I don't think anybody noticed he was that gone other than Ricochet fans. Like, of course, he's got a core fan base like everybody does, but...
And the thing about Ricochet that I take a note every time is, there's always reports like, oh, they're high on Ricochet, they're going to do something with them. Oh, they're high on Ricochet, they're going to do something with them. And then they don't.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Speaking of Sami Zayn, there he is. Not 30 in this Rumble. But...
At that point, I was like, okay, it wasn't the most surprising Rumble, but I'm cool with this.
The only story here is Okada's still going strong.
Okada.
He's eating all these moves, but he's going strong. Not next strong. Winner of the first Rumble, Roderick Strong.
Okada!
Yeah. Go Dragunov and Gunther going at it.
It's meant to be.
That was our last Matchbox. We'll get back to doing Matchbox too, but as we announced the last time we were here, the Spotify subscription thing is getting a little fucked off. We're going to start our Patreon project, move everything over there.
Yeah, should have that done. I don't know if I'll have that done by next week, but the week after for sure.
Here's a surprise. I didn't decide this until this morning. I'm going to go back in this season, and I'm going to make Matchbox 3, Ospreay and Gunther, the Ring Genitals episode. I'm going to make that one for you, the public, so everybody can listen to it. I mean, because I already put a clip from it in the Season 1 finale. It was the end of the Season 1 finale.
The very last clip, I loved it.
Yeah. The final 3 of the Royal Rumble is the same last two as last year's Rumble plus CM Punk. What a crazy dynamic. So same last two as last year, but with CM Punk.
Yeah.
If you told me a year ago that would be the final three of the next Rumble, I'd be like, wait, what?
I get it, though. These are definitely the future of the company here, right? Like,
CM Punk is the future.
he
It's an
is,
old
though.
Future. It's a 50-year-old future.
I mean, not like the far future, but
Yeah.
CM Punk will win a world title, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
At WrestleMania
Yeah.
40.
How does he do that? How do we get there? Chamber? Is that what we're doing here?
We bring Wesley back. I wish.
We cannot, because his back cannot be brought back.
He's in this Rumble. Dude, Sami Zayn ate that clothesline. JBL just clotheslined the shit out of Sami Zayn.
He's fine.
Okada's not fine.
There's something about JBL eliminating Ali that just, it makes sense, but it also kind of pisses me off.
Okada's going to help him. Maybe if you enlist the help of JBL, you won't get... Okay, never mind. There goes that theory.
He just spine-busted the shit out of him. Oh, there went Sammy. Oh, hey, Drew.
Okay, we're already halfway through this second Rumble. Okada's still here. Drew McIntyre's coming in. Big old Drew. He was in the Final Four. He was the fourth from last, I mean.
I hope to see him go insane.
There's a part of me in that moment, in that Final Four moment, that was like, fucking brain fuck. What if Drew McIntyre takes it? What if all this pent-up aggression from Drew McIntyre is leading him to a Royal Rumble victory? And
No.
it makes sense, but I'm glad that that's not the direction we went. I'm glad we went with the direction of Cody Rhodes winning. You have no idea how hard I popped. I
knew. I was like, I can hear it from here.
Dude, I popped.
I was super happy too, though. Because like I said, I didn't even think this was going to be a thing, if I'm being honest. I was like, Punk is locked in for this.
I thought so too, and I would have been disappointed. I would have wondered the same thing we're wondering now about CM Punk. Like, well, how does he get to that title picture then? Man, Cody Rhodes winning. I don't care how stupid this past year has been. It's just nice to know that we're still putting our eggs in that basket. As much as I disagree with how we're getting there, I'm happy with the end result. If the end result is what I think it is.
Did Solo come in and then just get immediately dropped out?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. He's like, well, I'm gone.
I can't believe Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. Again, I'm still wearing my t-shirt. I hope to get the t-shirt that his Royal Rumble winner t-shirt. He was wearing it at the press conference last night, which I couldn't sleep after I watched the Royal Rumble. I was on a fucking endorphin high like no other. I couldn't sleep, so I watched the media scrum, the press conference, whichever you want to call it. Cody on a hot fire. Bailey came in first. It was a beautiful moment. But Cody, on a hot fire, addressed the media and validated himself and his fans subsequently. One of the best post-event media interviews I've ever watched.
Ever.
RVD coming in this Rumble.
One of a kind. Let's go.
Yeah, I wanted him to win this Rumble too. Again, I'm the Undertaker in this Rumble, and as you can tell, haven't even came in yet, so that's not even a spoiler. That doesn't mean anything. That's just letting you know that me as the Undertaker hasn't come in within the first 19 entrants.
Yeah.
One of the best post-media interviews of all time. Cody Rhodes, everybody. Company Cody. That's what I called him last season. Company man Cody.
That's what he is. I mean, there's no denying it.
And he's the right man for the job.
He is.
Despite pending controversy, Triple H shows why he's the right guy to lead the company into the future. At least I thought, based off of how he was at the press conference. Now, I might be in a minority here. Not a lot of people feel this way now. He got a lot of flack, especially for the implication that he didn't read the report, the allegations.
So it's like I said before we started. On one hand, this is your stepfather. You probably should have known something like this was going on.
Yeah.
Way ahead of the reports.
That's a big complaint.
But on the other hand,
oh, there I am.
Him saying he didn't read the reports being true doesn't necessarily mean he's a terrible human being. He is running a more than $5 billion, because that was the deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
Company that is holding a huge event at a huge venue, and he has a $5 billion deal on the go. You know, you've got CW with NXT, you got USA, SmackDown, you got all these things going on. He might not just have had time this weekend to read the reports.
Unbiased opinion. I love it. As that was unfolding, I was watching this as the fans are as well. I did come in as The Undertaker. I eliminated JBL. Emptied the ring out a little bit. I tried to eliminate RVD just then. Thank God I didn't. There's me finally saying, all right, we got to put this Okada guy out of his misery. Poor Okada, man. He was fighting tooth and nail in this Rumble. And I said, I'm sorry, dude. It's over.
Bye, Okada.
Okay, we're back. Technical difficulty. First episode of the season. I'm pissed off. I am pissed off. Replay this. We just eliminated Okada. That's what we were talking about. Dude. The anger inside of me is fueled with rage right now.
He's going to become the Drew McIntyre of wrestling in the middle.
If we were live on YouTube like we're about to be pretty soon, that's like a goal this season, is we're going to have an episode live on YouTube. Ooh. We can't have fuck-ups like that.
No.
Come on, Wade Barrett. Give him some bad news. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
You could have had Wade Barrett in the Rumble instead of Pat McAfee.
That would have made sense. That would have made a great deal of sense. Who would win in a fight, Wade Barrett or Nigel McGuinness?
I want to know when Nigel McGuinness is going to fight Bryan Danielson.
All in, baby. All in.
You better, because, like...
Mark it in now. All in.
He's got to beat that clown digger.
Why did I have to help Wade Barrett eliminate RVD? Eddie Guerrero deserves to win this Rumble too.
That's true.
Again, my implication was like, all right, I'm going to make Roderick Strong face The Undertaker. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Bye.
He's out of here. Not only a lot of criticism with how Triple H handled the questions about the allegations, but this is where it's our job. There's a lot of criticism about the Royal Rumble itself and how bad of an event it was. You and I both, I feel like, have not agreed with that. I thought it was great.
So here's the thing. The Rumble, everyone looks forward to the Rumble for mainly the reason of who's going to show up.
Yeah.
I think that was the real big thing here. No legends. And to be fair, the one legend I had counted on, I'm going to be perfectly honest, with all the teasing they were doing, Hulk Hogan. I thought Hulk Hogan was going to be in the Rumble. You know what? I'm glad he wasn't.
Me too. I'm glad that wasn't it. There was speculation.
Yeah, and think about it this way as well. Most of the people in the Rumble, bar like one or two, needed to be there. And even if they weren't there, you still had Chad Gable, Otis, Akira Tozawa. You could have had Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, like...
Yeah.
There were a list of people that could have been in either way. So, even without those, there's not a lot of room for legends. Also, the implication that...
Dragon Lee in the Royal Rumble.
Dragon Lee. I mean, I would have put Dragunov.
They put Dragon Lee in every other thing.
They do. It feels like they put him back down in NXT for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't tell you why. Fucking Grimes exists.
He does exist.
I think Dar's ready for a call-up. I think Dragunov's ready for a call-up.
2K24 goals. Make a better MJF. Make a better Jay White. Make a better MJF. Please, I'm begging you. The Jay White one looks awful. He looks like the wrong kind of Collision Cowboy. You look at me, about to eliminate Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
You mean Marcel Jason Frickman?
I don't need you to play with my emotions. I'm already on edge enough. Batista coming in with his neon green, his lime green boots.
I do not like that. for him.
Lime Green Batista.
The joke there wasn't that it was a WWE name. It was just because he looked so off that he's like a bootleg.
See, I thought it was because WWE needs to change his name.
No. One thing that didn't happen, I remember there were rumors that they were going to change Jade's name to like Judy Storm or something. Did not
Season
happen.
1, got Bob blasted. Season 2, I'm choking on it.
I'm glad glad we timed that correctly. That definitely wasn't purpose.
I started choking on my Mountain Dew. Season 1, I said I just took that Baja Blast to the face. I got Baja blasted.
He got Baja blasted in the throat.
Dude, I couldn't even make a joke out of that when I was choking. Why joke when you can choke? All right, back to this Rumble because this is where it's about to get really interesting. The Hurricane shows up in every Rumble as a surprise, I feel like. So I put him in my Royal Rumble. The Hurricane, at this point, is just as much likely a winner of the Royal Rumble as anybody else.
Okay.
We're just going to keep that in mind. We're just going to keep that in mind as I eliminate... What was his name? What'd you say his name was? Holy shit, I just got eliminated by the...
Maxwell Jason Frickman, and there goes Undertaker.
Dude, I got eliminated by the Hurricane in the only slot I could take, number 30, making me Kurt Angle. So now the options to face Roderick Strong at WrestleMania in a ladder match. We've got Lime Green Boots Batista. We got off-brand Kenny Omega. We got old school Bret Hart. The Hurricane, and Perk Angle.
I feel like it only makes sense that Perk Angle get. Like, even not knowing the finish. Yeah.
You never know. The Hurricane could go. I can't put that past him. Oh, never mind. He's out of there. Let's see what Bret Hart can do. Not a damn thing when you're Kurt, the Olympic hero.
It's Kent Alpha instead of Kenny Omega.
Let's go. Eliminate this fool. This treacherous fool. Maturing is realizing that Bret Hart was right. As stubbornly ignorant as he is in his own right. Bret Hart was correct about Vince McMahon.
I mean, yeah. Hideo Itami. Sorry, we're finally acknowledging the NXT DVD?
Yes.
Hideo Itami.
See, season 1, I mean, we watched discs 1 and 2 of NXT. We never got to watch disc 3, so that's why I put it in today. Disc 3, greatest matches of NXT, which a lot of disc 3 has looked to be Triple H talking. Oh, Bret Hart just got eliminated. Triple H talking more so than usual.
Hideo Itami versus Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze would have been someone I would have been fine with being in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's still in 2K24. He's going to be in 2K24. Like, there's still a partnership there.
I was wondering what the deal was, and then I remembered that fact that you just stated.
I don't know if you saw, but in the screenshot they show, it's Tyler Breeze as GM, so he's also in the GM mode.
Yeah.
And in the background is the ECW logo, implying that in GM mode, you can have an ECW brand.
Interesting. Don't fuck with me like that. And if we're bringing that back, because again, we only did it once in 2008, are we only going to have the one title still?
Oh, that was a good question.
I'm just asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend here.
The friend is him.
I'm going to be interviewing ECW legend Just Incredible. It's the first time I'm announcing it.
It's going to be just incredible.
I'm hoping. It's my first interview like this, of this magnitude. We're also interviewing a local talent the weekend before that.
That'll be exciting. That'll be my first foray into any kind of interview.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a lot more laid back.
Yeah.
Just don't come in trying to work the gimmick on me. That's something independent wrestlers need to know. I respect your ability in the ring, and I hope on the mic you are just as good, but when it comes to being on the mic, I've been doing this my whole damn life.
If you get into a promo battle with him, that'll be amazing.
Final 2, Kenny Omega, Kurt Angle.
You mean Kent Alpha?
Dude, what a matchup this would be.
This would be a sick matchup. Come on. Come on, Kent.
We're already going for that ankle. I said pick the ankle.
Damn. Damn.
You think I wanted to put Kenny Omega in the ankle lock? No. This is for a chance to face Roderick Strong in a WrestleMania ladder match for the inaugural Wrestling in the Middle World Championship.
See,
get up. Pick the ankle again.
if Adam had not have been in the first one, how funny would it have been Adam Cole versus Roderick Strong?
That could have been an idea for this next week. Again, I wanted to name Adam Cole the number one contender based on his Royal Rumble performance being the second best. But that wasn't really fair.
My nomination is R-Truth.
R-Truth was in neither Rumbles.
I'm very disappointed.
Next week, people get to vote, but it's looking like Okada is definitely the choice. And now we're going to move on to who's going to win this title. We just saw Kurt Angle winning our second Royal Rumble. Once we start this back next week, too, we don't have to watch Royal Rumbles, which that'll be a little bit more laid back. We only got to watch one match, and it'll most likely be Roderick Strong versus Kazuchika Okada. My tongue got tied on the Kazuchika.
Not the Kazuchika. I just butchered it.
All right, here we go. Wrestling in the Middle World Championship.
We need to get our own ring announcer.
I'm going for Bobby Cruz from Ring of Honor. That's my go-to.
I nominate Samantha Irvin.
She's pretty fucking fire. The fact that WWE was... Oh, yeah, by the way, Kurt Angle is my ROH Pure champion. And that only makes sense. That only makes sense. The fact that WWE literally at every turn is still doing this thing where they're like, okay, we see a Chelsea Green getting some heat finally. Let's cut it. Her entrance, remember Samantha Irvin doing the legendary Chelsea Green entrance?
Yeah.
Cut it. Tag title run, as soon as they got entertaining, cut it. Chelsea Green's not allowed to succeed in this business, and I'm not standing for that.
See, at the same time, she's very good at being funny.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, and we don't even get to talk about it, but those women's tag titles are still so weird. Like, I know the gimmick isn't everyone's favorite, but Kaden and Katana are so good.
They're so good in the ring, and terrible, terrible take on my part, but at the same time, it's still just how my opinion leans. It's not that I felt like their title reign should have been longer. I don't like that it was so short. I just think it wasn't the time to have it yet. They shouldn't have been transitional champions. They should have been on the main roster for 3-4 months, then won the titles, and had a lengthy reign.
That makes sense. I can get that. But I get the whole... This is a criticism I've had since Season 1. The titles are being used for storyline reasons.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. Who knows? Maybe Asuka and Kairi will go on to have a lengthy reign.
I believe so, because they're the longest reigning tag champions. Yeah, we got enough time. I was making sure that this over here was going to give me enough time to watch this last match. I'm glad it is, because we're going to get a whole fucking 7-minute classic of...
Wait, you're telling me this is 7 minutes?
Yeah, ROH legend Roderick Strong, Kurt Angle. You think they're just going to go for 2 minutes? Hell nah. Nah.
I'm just saying that when I do ladder matches on 2K, they always go for more than 20 minutes.
That's fair.
Granted, I mostly do multi-man ladder matches, so I guess that...
I remember when they brought the Money in the Bank ladder matches to video games. My gamer rage was at an all-time high as a kid.
They're always chaos.
Dude, what a beautiful belt. Who designed that belt?
I think his name was Jeff Irving.
Yeah. He looks so focused.
He is. Wait, what?
Yeah, I had to evade.
Did
Go on.
you have AEW controls on your mind?
What do you mean? Oh,
Because that's what I do when I need
And
to
fight
evade and
forever.
fight forever. I was like, it looks like a fight forever thing.
yes. I was about to call you. I was like, don't you dare leave that much dead air going on. You better say what you gotta say.
No, I do not leave dead air.
That is my worst fear. Is dead air. When I had to get up to pee earlier, I was like, man, he better be the next JBL on commentary. I can't stand dead air.
Hey, I did my best.
You did. You did a decent job.
No, it was the best job. The best job for the worst for the job.
Dude, this is the thing, too. It felt unfair for these two competitors wrestling to have a ladder match, but that's just how the dynamic was supposed to work. So that's why I also think Kurt Angle should be a contender or a conversation, because this deserved to be a wrestling match. And that's why I think it
A
made sense.
submission match.
Yeah, this turned into a wrestling match first, just to show the people, like, okay, yeah, we have to have a ladder match, but we're not going to look past the fact that it's ROH legend Roderick Strong wrestling fantasy ROH pure champion Kurt Angle.
Exactly.
Dude, I should have put both belts on the line.
He should have. That would have been funny, actually. Oh.
You know what else I'm introducing this season? You've heard of Wrestle Cringe. Fuck them, but you heard of Wrestle Cringe. I'm starting something called Wrestle Binge.
Okay.
This is a solo project I'm just introducing lightly throughout the season. It's not even going to go on weekly. It's just here and there. I decided each month I'm going to subscribe to one a month, pro wrestling subscription service.
Okay, and just binge?
binge watch it. So like, I'll ask the fans to help me out with the first one. We'll pick between New Japan World. We'll pick between ROH. What's Ring of Honor's? Can't remember.
Honor Club.
Honor Club. Thank you.
There you go.
It was gonna be
Also,
killing
just
me.
casually powerbombed him to the outside through a ladder. I mean,
I threw.
through a table.
Yeah, I was just say I love hitting the ladder spots, but I wish I could powerbomb someone through the ladder.
That's something for 2K25.
Yeah. Also, TNA has a good Impact Plus, I think it's still called, but I can't wait to start this. Again, one subscription service per month. I'm gonna binge through it. I really want to binge watch early TNA because there's so much good shit in there.
That's true.
But
I can't wait till you get to. Eventually, got to throw Progress in there. Progress has
It could be in the conversation.
a pretty good, but not for this one because this seems like the big boys, the big boys of the. But
Peacock, I guess, doesn't count because you kind of already just have it.
yeah,
Oh man, I can't wait to start it there.
sounds interesting.
What's going to be interesting is this week, post Royal Rumble. I want to know what all is going to go on this week.
All I want to see is.
That was sick.
I missed it. I was lifting my glasses because I got something in my eye. I blame society.
I said, I will out-wrestle you, Kurt Angle.
Damn. I just want to see. I want to see Drew McIntyre go crazy. That's all I want to see. Actually,
That's going to happen. CM Punk is going to finish his story.
oh
my God.
Damn.
I went for the headshot. He said, no concussions.
No concussions.
Get that.
Too bad you're gonna have at least 12 after this. Ow.
Jinx.
Ooh.
Dude,
Concussion number 4. Concussion number 5.
I'm talking about Roderick Strong not being denied. Kurt Angle's not given either. I will
Concussion
out-wrestle you. No.
Now we're just throwing haymakers. Let's
Yeah.
go. Oh.
You know what that means.
End of Heartache. No, that's not the end of Heartache. That's the... The Heartache's to the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lumbar... It's a lumbar check, I guess. Sort of.
That's what I thought it was called, but that was Cedric Alexander's name.
I don't know what the general name for it is, because I think Roderick only uses the general name, which I think it's like a lung blower. I think
we gotta do some fundamental fact checking.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it. Missed that. Okay, we got that one. Come on. Got that one.
That was quick. ROH legend Roderick Strong is our Wrestling in the Middle World Champion.
And again, it wasn't the original plan. I was planning, actually, the goal was Adam Cole versus Bryan Danielson. That's me being biased and wanting the first champion to be someone I really fucked with. Of course, I fuck with Roddy Strong more than anybody. But, again, on the fly, Adam Cole getting eliminated, I said, I gotta get somebody over. It made sense with Roddy Strong, and I'm so glad he ended up being the final champion, because our best episode of the first season, our best moments came from episode 13, ROH legend Roderick Strong.
Exactly. I mean, that makes sense.
He's, out of all the ongoing topics we've had, all the ongoing things that we just love to talk and joke about, he's probably been like the top level of conversation for us. And he's only going to keep being in the conversation because he's ROH legend Roderick Strong, future international champion.
Exactly.
5 weeks away.
Now,
excuse you.
I cannot. How dare you?
Had to wet my
Death
whistle.
by Roderick. Is that the name of it? The
You
fireman,
did the fact checking?
Fireman's carry double knee gut buster.
Yeah.
Death
Run it
by
up.
Roderick. Let's go. That's an amazing name. I did not know that.
Dude, shout out to the Undisputed.
Hell yeah.
Alright, well, we've officially started. I'm officially ending it. This is the only episode of Season 2. After this, we're never coming back again.
Let's go. Sorry, guys. This is it. It's over.
The Royal Rumble was good, and that's where wrestling stops.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll be back next week.
Yeah.